Why don't you do the introduction? It's going to be good because I'm basically a guest, babe.
Yeah, but you're standing in for
I'm standing in
John.
for John. I'm standing in for John. I am
Start
John.
with that.
That I'm standing in for John.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. As you may notice, I am definitely not John. I am Neggi, Vic's girlfriend. And welcome to the Breeze podcast, I guess, where your word of mouth is our oxygen.
So where is John, babe?
John is in Canada. I'm thinking technical issues, right?
No, so the reason why John is not on the podcast today is because he's moving into his condo in Toronto.
Oh.
So because of that, he doesn't have any internet and he's probably busy with packing back and forth.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not get my girlfriend to stand in for our boy John?
For one time only. This isn't going to be a regular thing.
No. We already miss you, John.
Yeah, John. I hope I do you justice.
You have a big backpack to carry, babe.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, big shoes to fill.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So it's episode 98
of the Breeze podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Breeze. Breeze. Breeze.
Was that good?
Yeah, that's good. So for everyone that doesn't know you, there's probably a bunch of your followers here listening to this too. Yeah. We start with week in review.
Okay.
So what's been going on in your past week, babe?
In my past week, we've been Airbnb-ing my apartment in Stockholm. I've been working with your mum with disabled kids in a home for them. So that's what I've been doing. Not really much to report, really.
There was a gym party.
How could I forget? We hosted a gym party.
Yeah.
Our first party together.
Yeah.
It went pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say it's successful. So what we decided to do was to have no cell phone policy.
Yeah.
So you had to check in your phone and you got a secret letter, which was sick. That was a sick game.
Really good.
So you had to do something, but you couldn't tell anyone else.
It was like a mission, basically.
Yeah.
A secret mission for each person. They did pretty well.
They did really.
Everybody was a good sport.
Yeah. And most of all, like, it was really unexpected who would win. So congrats to Dana.
Congrats to Dana, my fellow student from uni.
Dental school represent.
Dental school, yes. So that was a great party.
Yeah.
2-day hangover.
And then we had disposable cameras to take photos with.
Yeah, the pictures turned out so good.
Yeah, they were nice.
They were really good. Everybody was really happy. But what about you, Vic?
Yeah, so I've actually been working on something secret. Obviously, you know about it, but I can't. What I can say, guys, you know how I work with this designer, Jennifer Bloom, and she's worked with the Crown Princess of Sweden, Elle magazine. She's gonna do a thing for Vogue now, I believe, with the digital version of Stockholm Fashion Week. So I can't talk about anything of that, but I'm busy with Jennifer.
That's pretty cool.
That's how I'm gonna cut it. I'll tell you guys later, obviously. But it's sick.
Yeah.
What do you think? Without saying anything about what I'm doing?
I'm just so excited to see how it all plays out. It's going to be huge. Like, I have high expectations.
Okay. Let's move on. So, babe, I think the best way, like me asking you a bunch of questions about you, I feel like the listeners or viewers, they can go in on your
interview.
Yeah, with what's it called? The human aspect.
Yes, it's called The Human Aspect. It's, if you want to know my full story of how I ended up in Sweden from the UK, it's good that you go into thehumanaspect.com, and it's a huge library of different videos of people all around the world telling their story. And
we'll link it down in the show notes.
Yeah.
So anyhow, but you're studying to be a dentist.
Yeah.
And this is the interesting part. But you already have one degree.
Yeah, I do. So I already have a degree in biomedicine. I feel like I just rushed from, after high school, I went traveling a bit and I just rushed into any degree because I thought that's what I needed to do with my life.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy it.
And this was in the UK?
This was in the UK, yeah.
Okay.
This was in London. So graduated from that, applied to dental school a couple of times in England, got rejected.
Which you talk about on your The Human Aspect, which every one of you should watch. Because I was proud of you.
Thank
you. And you were so nervous when they were about to release it.
Yeah, I was.
Because you were so vulnerable on the interview, but it was amazing.
Thank you so much. That's so cute. So now I'm here in dental school in Sweden.
Yeah, and you've just finished your first year.
Yes.
You're 19
I'm
point
20% a dentist.
Dentist.
20% a dentist.
Do you want to tell them why you're 19.9% a dentist?
Okay, so I'm 19.9% a dentist because...
Or will my beloved parents-in-law watch this?
No, yeah, of course they're going to watch this, but it's time they know. Okay. It's time they knew your talents. Okay, so I had this assignment where I had to carve like different types of teeth, and the deadline was getting pretty close.
So essentially what happened, babe, you're good at Swedish.
Yeah.
She is really good at Swedish, but you were stressed. There was a lot towards the end of the term.
Towards the end of the year, yeah.
First year, and the big, what's the name of the big course that you did? 27 points.
That was anatomy.
Anatomy, yeah. So that probably took its toll.
Yeah. And we had just transitioned from, going online because of Corona. Yeah. So that was really like disorientating.
Yeah.
And it was difficult to like keep on top of deadlines, basically. Yeah.
So anyhow, you had to finish 4 teeth, molds.
Yeah. Mold, different teeth, so we would learn the tooth anatomy.
Yeah.
So that's pretty hard to do on Zoom.
Yeah, definitely.
But you helped me out with one of the teeth.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Because you guys, it's a...
multi-talented guy.
Oh, good boyfriend, I'd say.
Good boyfriend.
But yeah, so, and then you texted... And this was before your parents knew we dated.
Yeah, this was before.
So you texted pictures of the teeth.
Yeah, so I was on my way to uni, about to hand all of these teeth in, and my parents are dentists. So I sent them in to my dad, and my dad gave me a few tips, but he thought the tooth that Victor did was the best. And he was like, wow, Neggi, you have such a talent. And I was like, no, I don't. My boyfriend does, though.
That was a kind of funny story.
Yeah.
So, as you know, on this podcast, we talk about business.
Yes.
Or we talk about everything. We document life and all that stuff. But I think one question that a lot of people want to know is, how was it when I outed my love for you on the podcast?
Oh, yes.
When you meet this guy on Tinder and just shortly, like briefly, like.
I mean, we had only been on one date.
Yeah.
So when I received, your illustrations and everything that you had put together, the song, and then like the message to go and look at the podcast, my mouth was just wide open. Nobody has ever done such a thing for me before.
Yeah.
Like ever. Like this was truly amazing. My mouth was just open because I didn't know what to do. I obviously liked Vic, but like...
We'd been on one date.
We've been on one date. Well,
and we'll come back to that. But anyhow, babe. So, we have this segment called Chopped Up.
Yeah.
Where we talk about business.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to tell Celine to roll the intro?
Roll the intro. Roll the intro, Celine.
So, babe, you can pick the first topic. What do you want to talk about?
I think we should talk about maybe some business in dentistry.
Yeah, perfect. I have a bunch of questions.
Okay, that's good.
First of all, you're going through a 5-year degree.
Yeah.
How much money will you be making straight out the door?
Oh gosh, straight out the door, UK is around 30 to 50,000 pounds
a year. Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty good starting salary.
Yeah.
But the thing is with dentistry, it builds up so quickly as well.
Okay.
So like that's like as a foundation dentist for your first year.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really good.
From going from student money to a full-blown salary.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Okay, interesting. So what's a new technology? You know how we have iPhones, right? And they revolutionize, right?
Yeah.
Cell phone, mobile phone industry.
Yeah.
And then with cars, we now have Tesla.
Yeah.
And they're revolutionizing with electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Are there any like innovations happening within dentistry to that degree?
Yeah. Oh God, 100%. Okay. So the thing is with dentistry is that it's a pretty new field. Okay. In terms of like, there's so much room for innovation because it's pretty new, and it's like, you know, if you go back 30, 40 years, dentistry was a completely different landscape than it is now. Okay. So now it's like picking up hugely. Okay. So one of the main things is 3D printing. Yeah.
So what's 3D printing and 3D scanning?
Okay, so what it replaces is that, you know, those like gooey impression plates that you get in your mouth when you want to do gum shields, when you want to replace a tooth, everything. It's called an impression. And people hate it because you gag on it, you can't breathe, it's super uncomfortable. Yeah. But with these 3D scanners, you get like an intraoral scanner. You just scan the entire mouth. Wow. Gets sent to a printer. You can either do it in-house or you can send it to your lab, and a tooth can get made in like minutes.
Wow. And before that, how long did it take to do this?
It would take, I don't know, it would take like a week or something.
Oh, so, wow. You know, so it's digitalized.
So completely digitalized.
Wow.
Completely digitalized. So the thing is with dentistry is that in terms of innovation, that's really going to make a difference is new materials, and also the time that the patient spends in the chair and how convenient it is for them. You know, it's all about patient experience and what can improve that essentially. So with 3D scanning, you're taking away the uncomfortableness and you're speeding up the process.
So I have a couple of questions. First one is, do you know how big the dentistry industry is globally?
Yeah, it's huge.
So how do you know in terms of money how big it is?
It's worth around 400 billion.
$400 billion. Yeah,
in that encompasses like dental services as well. So like dental materials and everything basically. That's how much it's worth, and it's set to grow even more.
Okay, so now what I'm wondering, because I love business, is so you're, because I think it's well known around the world wherever you're from that dentists make good money, and they live a comfortable life, right? But now I want to know, okay, so in terms of you and your dentistry career, where do you see yourself going with it? Yeah.
So I can see that it's all about a concept in dentistry. If you can coin your own concept and build upon that. So people are like, let's just take for instance this concept called the one-day smile. You get a new smile in one day completely, you know, and that term is now coined. One-day smile. So I feel like I want to come up with a new concept and build upon that, make it a franchise, and just build and build and build. But I also really want to be part of the like dental innovation in terms of coming up with new materials, and because that's where the money is really.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier before we went on the podcast that there are some dentistry billionaires.
Yeah.
But they're from the material side and not the actual...
Well, no, some of them are dentists. But they've gone into materials.
The business part
and the
dentistry.
concepts. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of dentistry is a lot about branding and marketing and how you market those concepts. And then there are a few other dentists that just went into real estate. And that's how they made their billions, you know? Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this, and I'm not going to spoil it now because I think that we have a lot of good ideas because obviously, like, guys, what I like is, so for me personally, I have no idea about dentistry. So for me to now get an inside look into it, and oftentimes it's good for someone who's not into it to get a view into it.
Yeah.
To then see like, oh, you can do this and you can do that.
It sparks another type of inspiration.
Exactly. Because I feel like, imagine where dentistry would be if you had the R&D budgets of like Amazon, Apple,
exactly.
you know,
huge.
That would be insane. Like these guys, I don't remember the stat or who was, but it's like Amazon's R&D budget could have funded the Apollo project like for like 2 years or something like that. It's so big, you know.
So mad.
Can you name 3 things that you think are bad with dentistry and 3 things that you think are good?
Whoa. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna name 3 good things.
Yeah.
Okay, your ceiling is what you make it. Okay. Basically. Okay.
That's nice. That's really good.
Really good.
A lot of opportunity for personal growth and like exploring different areas.
Exactly. It's a totally multifaceted career. So it's not just healthcare. It's a lot of business. It's a lot of marketing.
That's nice.
It's a lot of psychology. Like it's, I told you about the patient experience.
Did you know that in Barbados, as a dentist or as a practice, you can't market?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a law. You can't market.
So you word of mouth or?
Word of mouth.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, that is quite crazy.
But I know the loophole. If you build your own personal brand, there's nothing that says that you can't have a personal brand.
And that's what I'm doing with the Instagram.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so third one.
Third one is flexibility. Huge flexible. Oh, can I say another one?
Yeah.
Is that it's ever growing. It's not stagnant. It's such a dynamic career.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's super important. 3 bad things. When I was looking at who were the billionaires in terms of top 10 dentists in the world, they were all men.
Okay.
And I really want to change that. Like there should be some women up there in the top, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love that, especially Middle Eastern women.
Yeah.
So number 2, another bad thing about dentistry is dentistry can sometimes be a luxury, you know, for people. And for people who can't afford it, it's really tough because oral health is connected to your entire body. And if that goes bad, then something else could go bad in the body. So that's why I think it's super important for people to do outreach work and stuff like that, because dentistry can be such a luxury and is so expensive globally. I can't think of a third one.
Okay, but that's all good. We forgot we were going to talk about it in the beginning of the podcast, but Beirut, the bomb.
In Lebanon.
Obviously, we at the Breeze team, John, Celine, what's his name? Carl, we all obviously all our condolences go to everyone in Lebanon and all that. It's just sad and it's crazy. The only thing that I can say is that it's good with some perspective. And that if you live in there's 2 sides of the coin. Either if you live in a country where it's chill, which we do, which is nice, you know, you usually don't have to worry about those stuffs. Or if you look back to like the Second World War, where these things were happening all the time, you know.
But it's still happening. This type of thing.
Which is crazy. I don't even know what caused the explosion. You know, different people are saying different things. Like I have a Lebanese friend who's been posting about it, all that stuff. I'm just sad for the people there.
It's always the people that are at the brunt of it. But the thing is with the video is that we've grown up not seeing bombings. Do you get what I mean? That type of explosion, you know. The most recent thing that we probably saw that was captured on video so clearly was 9/11. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But obviously when in terms of the Middle East and the amount of bombings that are going on there, like we haven't seen that many videos about it. Even though this may not be a conflict bombing, you could still see the scale of this type of explosion.
But this bomb was huge, babe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like this is no bombing Iraq or like, you know, freaking suicide bomber thing.
No, I know.
You know, like, so the Boston bomber, that that was 2.7 tons of whatever. This one was 2,770 tons.
Wasn't it a whole factory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is insanity.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, but it's sad. It's sad. It's always sad when people die and that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, a quiet moment for the people of Lebanon.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so let's talk about streaming wars. Okay. What do you have on streaming wars?
What do you mean?
What do you know about streaming wars?
I don't really know much about it.
Okay.
So we're thinking like Amazon Prime, Netflix, that kind of...
Hulu, Peacock.
Yes.
You know? Disney Plus launching. So the Breeze family knows we've been talking about it all along the road.
Okay.
But now, Disney Plus, Disney in general, with their parks segment lacking as a company, they were in good timing with launching Disney Plus, their streaming service. Anyhow, babe, they've shot Mulan. What's your relationship to Mulan?
Oh my gosh, Mulan. So Mulan is my favorite Disney princess because she's not kind of princess. My relationship to her is just very close. Yeah. I made you watch it. What's your relationship with Mulan?
Yeah, I think it's sick. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
You should definitely watch it. It's the best Disney movie.
So what they did was they were supposed to come out with a realistic Mulan, right? That's like kind of the Avatar movie, things like that. Anyhow, COVID hit. Yeah. Everything got delayed. Now what they're saying is that they're going to release it on Disney Plus for $29.99 US. What do you think about that?
I think that's a little bit of a rip-off, to be honest.
Yeah.
$29.99.
Yeah.
How much is a cinema ticket?
So a cinema ticket is what?
Like 110 crowns?
No, it's more expensive than that nowadays.
No.
A cinema ticket is $15 US.
Okay.
Minimum.
Yeah. $29.99. What does that $29.99 include? Just Mulan?
Yeah, just Mulan.
No.
And you're already paying for the subscription service.
No.
So the way I think about this is I think Disney, they want to reel in those profits that they would have gotten from having a movie premiere.
Yes.
And they're also Disney, so they're like, why not? People are going to buy the movie.
People are going to do it, yeah.
I would pay in a heartbeat $30 to watch the new Mulan.
Yeah, same.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, they might as well release it for free, but you know. So, but the interesting thing is, this is a new point of attack. Imagine if Netflix, when they come out with a new movie, that you have to pay for it, like the first or second week.
People aren't used to that, though.
You know?
People would not be happy with that. I think they would accept it from Disney, definitely not from Netflix, though.
Yeah, because also what I think that separates Disney is the fact that it's a lot of families where these kids are going to watch the movie like 12, 15 times, you know?
Yeah, exactly. People grow up on that stuff. Have grown up on that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's deeper than Netflix.
So talking about Mulan, and I was thinking about her living in the mountains and in the woods. In what country? China.
Yeah.
Talking about China, Trump.
Yes.
And the new nature bill,
yes.
Climate Act thing to protect the parks in the US.
Yeah.
$9.6 billion for over 5 years. A guaranteed $900 million each year to the maintenance Wildlife Maintenance Association of the US or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Right?
I have no complaints about this bill.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I think it's good. I think that, I mean, at the same time, if he was trying to approve and build a pipeline in these more earmarked woods by Obama and trying to roll back that, and now he's passing a law. We read it in the morning brew just now, but everything that's pro-climate, not everything, but most things. And what I mean by that is that, like, we need to be wary of the climate to a point that is a really, really real threat.
Yeah.
But I still sometimes throw my garbage in the wrong recycling thing.
Yeah. I think you can't dispute the importance of looking after like your own nature, you know, especially when it comes to the US. Such a huge landscape for different types of nature. It's really important. But the thing is, everything is relative. Like, it would be interesting to see what the whole budget is and how much that's going into the park, how much that's going into the police. You know, it'd be so interesting to see the difference in funding. Do you get what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think Trump has pumped. I know it's between $2 to 4 or $2 to 6 trillion into the army in less than 4 years.
Gosh,
that's insane.
That is insane.
What do you think about that?
But think about how many conflicts the US has been present in.
Yeah.
Of course it's funded that much. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, babe, what do you think about the army in general? Like, do you think a country should have an army or no?
I think everybody has the right to... Oof, that's a deep question.
Yeah, I know. But that's what we do on the Breeze podcast.
Everybody has a right to... I don't know. Obviously, without greed, without politics...
Now we're talking about armies.
Gosh, I don't know. Armies have been around for so long that I don't know if I've been conditioned to think that having an army is completely normal. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they've been around for centuries.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Ever since human tribes, it's like it's always been there.
Yeah. So, it's a difficult one to unpick. What do you think?
Well, I think it's necessary. As we said, they've been there for so and so long. What I do think is of importance is having reasonable leaders, which we don't have today. I think that our leaders, not everyone, but most of our leaders today aren't good.
No.
However, I do think that the US spending on its army is ludicrous.
Yes, but that's because there's American presence literally all over the world.
Yeah, but I'm also questioning the technologies that the armies, like, they develop for their army compared to what the technologies of these tech giants. Yeah. If you get what I mean. Like, obviously it trickles down. Like, the drones that I fly when I film probably derives from armies. Yes. You know, like, drone stuff.
Spyware, kind of.
Yeah, and it's like with Formula One, you know, those types of mechanics trickle down to everyday cars, like the ABS brake system. But yeah.
The thing is that when you fund an army so much, there should not be so many veterans that come home and cannot reinsert themselves into society.
But babe, do you know what type of benefits vets get? It is insane. So, you know, my Uncle Stavey, his daughter, whom I went to the wedding with, right? So she was in the army for I don't know how many years. They get preferable loans, like if you've been a vet, you know, housing, like you can buy apartments and houses and stuff, like for an extremely, like, you know, extremely cheap. You get I think some sort of Medicare or something like that, insurance, which you don't get. It costs a lot of money in the US. So because the US is so, like, you got to serve your country. Yeah. So if you've been in the army, they reward you insanely.
So why do they have such a huge vet problem then in the US?
I don't know. I just think that
it's all well and good giving people like physical benefits, like like monetary benefits. Yeah. But if you can't support those vets mentally and what they have been through in terms of PTSD and the stuff that they have done out there, then you know, you can give them all the tools.
I think you're talking about a small minority of veterans who have been profiled by media in a certain way, when the reality is to qualify for a vet, like the person that I was talking about, she was a chef at a ship, you know?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and obviously there's SEAL Team 6, there's this, there's that.
Yeah.
And I get what point you're coming from. But I do think if I don't know how many vets they have, but I think that if, let's say, if you have like 15 million vets, as an example, sure, the people from Vietnam, that's a huge problem mentally, stuff like that. But I think that it's easier now for the vets than it was back then. And they have more benefits now and systems to help them.
Okay. I don't know enough, so I don't know.
Me neither. I'm just talking like I don't know. I'm out on dangerous water here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do here at the Breeze Podcast. Talk about things we have no
idea about.
No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously though. Guys, please let us know in the comment section or whatever if about, like, you know, what you want to hear. Please let us know if my girlfriend should start a podcast with someone. And maybe you can hit her up and you guys can podcast together.
Yes, definitely. So is it over now?
Yeah.
Was that the Breeze podcast?
Do you want to plug yourself?
So if you guys really enjoyed me being here, as much Vic has enjoyed me being here, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can follow me on Instagram at The Foreign Philosophy. Yeah. It's a fun account. Sometimes I do stupid stuff. Sometimes serious.
No, the reality of it is, if you're studying, if you're in university, you definitely have to follow her. Yeah. Even if it's dentistry, she gives a lot of good stuff in regards to
honest stuff as well that we all can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Peace. No, oh, that's the camera.